Human resource managers spend 24% to 60% of their time trying to resolve workplace conflicts. Up to 60% of, if you are a small company, it's one employee that's your HR department. 60% of her time taken up with conflicts. Whether your business is a multi-billion-dollar international corporation, or you're a group of a dozen doctors or so and some 20 nurses or so in a medical group, it's all about providing top-notch service and making as much money as you can while you're doing it. So perhaps it would be interesting to you to think of offering your employees a course to learn how they can actually survive, maybe even thrive in their workplace experience without going bonkers. At home they say, happy wife, happy life. And at work they say, happy employees, happy bottom line. And happy employee is really not that difficult. Let me prove it to you with a story from my own life. When I was going to my doctor for a series of medical procedures, I befriended the nurse that ministered to me. Her name is Jessie. I suppose because I'm the relationship miracle worker, she confided in me that she loved her job and she hated her workplace. She just hated it. She's looking for another job, but she loved it. Jessie explained her situation. You see, everybody there was fine, just like people are, except for this one nurse who had, I'm not sure what her exact position was, but she had some authority over Jessie, and she was a problem. She was really a problem. In fact, they called her Nurse Ratchet. So I said, oh, I cannot believe that, Jessie. I teach a workshop that includes a segment that's called Winning the War Without Using Any Ammunition, which could be very patriotic, by the way. It's about changing the work environment, even with that toxic employee, even in that kind of environment. And you can change that environment without even having to enlist HR. Are you interested? She was. So I gave her the rundown of my course, which is very simply make a list of everybody that you encounter in your workplace pretty much every day. Maybe now it includes people on Skype or Zoom, but however, you encounter them every day or pretty much every day, put them on the list. Then take that list and put that list in order. And the order is number one, person you like the best. Number two, person you like almost as much. Number three, and so on down till you get to Nurse Ratchet. Okay, now you've got that. Now you're ready for action. Start at the beginning with the first person on the list. You start there because that's going to be the easiest. That's the person you like the best. So it's going to be easy for you to give that person a compliment. Give that person a compliment every single day for an entire week. After that, once a week is good enough. Go to number two. Give that person a compliment every single day of that week, and then go to once a week. Now, when I say compliment, I don't mean it has to be some fabulous, significant thing. It can be, you have, your shoes are so adorable with those red shoelaces. Or it could be you made a great presentation. It doesn't matter the significance. It matters the authenticity. Do you really think that? Do you believe that? Then say it. That's it. That's it. Wow, Mrs. Singer, I don't know. I got to try that. And Jesse tried it. So what goes on, goes on. I come back a month later. And Jesse comes to me and said, Mrs. Singer, I did it. I did it. I have to tell you, the first day I went, she didn't do exactly what I told her to do. She skipped right down to Nurse Ratched. She didn't worry about anybody else. Nurse Ratched, she gave her a compliment. She said, I couldn't think of a compliment the first day, Mrs. Singer. And I knew, I said, oh, she's going to be mad at me. So I found something to say. And the second day was actually harder, but I found something to say. And then it got easier. And I just kept doing it. In fact, I'm still doing it once a day. So here's the funny thing. I'm not sure if it was like 2 weeks later, maybe it was 3 weeks later. One of the nurses came up to me and said, Jessie, yes. Well, what's going on with Nurse Ratched? What do you mean? Well, Nurse Ratched's really nice. I mean, she's nice to the patients. She's actually nice to the nurses. What is it? Jessie never said a word. She never said a word. She never involved HR. No one to this day knows why that office is running smoothly ever since. One person, no HR. Do you think the bottom line has been improved? Yes, I think so. So, what does that mean? At the very least, you can take what you heard in this speech and take it to your workplace. And trust me, if your employees, if they're happy employees, your profits will proliferate. My name is Merle M. Singer. Visit my website, relationshipmiracleworker.com, to check my speaking and media section for information about hiring me. There's so much in the world that you and your employees can do nothing about. But here is one small thing that can make a huge impact. What action will you take and when?